What's up, everybody? I'm Vacation here, and I'm bringing you guys a video. Today I just want to talk about what has been going on through my day. I think that's what I'm going to do with most of my videos. Now before you guys click away, like this Dirty Bomb gameplay I will have playing in the back, but it's not going to be like news or like anything boring. Just like something interesting that something that I found interesting that I want to share with you guys, and I want to take you guys through the experience with me. Just have this Dirty Bomb gameplay playing in the back, just so you guys don't get bored or whatever. Right now I am using Aura, I think this is. I do switch around a lot through this video, but I just want to talk about something today. And I'm in school still. I'm a senior, and I have a job and everything. And my mom, she babysits. And today, usually when I get home, all the kids are like, "Oh, Michael's home." That's my name, anyways. Like, "Oh, Michael's home, Michael's home," and I'm like, and me being a teenager, I'm kind of like, yeah. I don't want to be rude and be like, "No, get away from me," but I don't want, like, they're kind of like annoying. I don't want to say annoying. That's kind of messed up, but they're like, they get annoying after a while. Like, first they're adorable, like they're like, "Oh, Michael," I'm like, "Oh, hi guys," and after a while they're annoying. So there's this one kid in particular, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's adorable. He's an adorable child. He's like, he's just so adorable. And like, he every day when I come home, he's like, "Michael, like, can I watch you play a game?" And usually, well, in his child voice, I can't really do a child voice. And usually, I'm like, "Yeah, sure," or like whatever. Or I'm like, "Oh, have you been good today? Have you been listening?" And if he usually says yes, even if he hasn't, I'm like, "Okay." So I let him watch me play a game or whatever. And I got home kind of late today. I was hanging out with friends, and we went to like Red Robin or whatever. And so I came home kind of late, and he was like, I was like, "Have you been good?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "All right, you can come at it, like watch me play a game." And I was actually playing Dirty Bomb. And right when I go get on, his mom comes to pick him up, because it's at this point I think it's like 5 o'clock. No, not 5 o'clock, like 4 o'clock, closer to 5 maybe. And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, tomorrow you can, buddy, because I don't work tomorrow." And I was like, "I'll be home earlier." I'm like, "Yeah, tomorrow you can." And I feel like a dick, but I know it's not my fault. But at the same time, I still feel very rude. So he kind of has a sad look on his face, and inside I'm like, "Oh man." And then, so he's walking away, and I hear my mom. He's like, "Oh, you'll be able to play with him tomorrow." And I hear him like just start bawling. I mean, just start crying, like bawling his eyes out. And inside I'm like, "Wow, I'm a dick." Like I just feel terrible. I'm like, "Oh man, I feel bad." And like, so I'm just like feeling like a dick. I feel bad inside. And like his mom comes to the door or whatever, and he's like bawling his eyes out, and she's like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And he's like, and my mom's like, "Oh, well, Michael just got home, and he wanted to watch him, but you just came to pick him up." So, and so his mom was like, "Oh yeah, you'll be able to watch him tomorrow." And he just starts crying, not screaming as like an annoying kid that doesn't get what he wants screaming. I mean like actual, like he sounded like he was in pain. And I'm like, "Oh, let's just take a minute to just stare in amazement on how that sniper shot did not kill that guy, point blank, to what looked like the throat, and he didn't die." But, all right, anyways, back to the story. And so this kid's just bawling his eyes out, right? And I'm like, "No, don't, like, I'm like, "No, don't cry." And I'm feeling like a dick. I'm like, "Oh man, I'm such an asshole." And and so he leaves or whatever. I told my mom, like, I feel like such an asshole. And she's like, "Well, I mean, there's really nothing to feel like an asshole about. You just got home or whatever." And I don't know. I just feel like a complete dick, even though I still feel bad about it. I'm just holding the feels right now, just going over it again and like thinking about it again, just all the sad stuff. But yeah, that's one interesting thing that happened today. Let's see what else happened. Went to school. Everything was perfectly fine. Oh, here's something. So, I have all 6 periods right now. I'm waiting to get released. And for some of you guys that don't know what release is, or some people that may not have release in their high school, is basically you can get out of school early or you can come in late. So, right now our school has the option of either first or sixth period release, and or first and sixth, or first or sixth. So you can get whatever one depending on how many credits you have. And so I'm trying to get first and sixth period release, or if I can, try to get fifth and sixth period release, just so I can get out earlier and that stuff, and so I don't have to go to school as much, because I'm only missing half a credit and it's an elective class, so I don't even really need it to graduate. So I'm in a class I don't need. It's in culinary, like cooking and that stuff, and I do not need that class to graduate. And so I'm not doing anything in that class. Like, she hands out worksheets and I'm not doing it, kind of being an asshole, but you know, whatever.
First you have to
just one second. I want to see how long this video has, this gameplay has. Okay, so we still got time. All right, so
then defend the two armored oil containers in the terminal.
I'm not doing anything in class, so I don't need to graduate, so what's the point of doing anything? And so I'm not doing anything. She's handing out the work and everything, and one of the kids that's sitting at the table, because our culinary teacher thought it'd be a great idea to buy, I think she said it was $500 per chair for actual restaurant seats. And keep in mind, well, like you guys may be thinking like, oh, our school's wealthy, or we have a rich school. No, our school's nowhere near rich. I live in Arizona, where they don't fund schools. We have like the worst education, like funding wise, in the whole country, and just like grade wise as well. But so you know, our school thought it'd be good to, you know, instead of investing in books or better technology or like just more teachers, so there's not as many kids in the classes, because our school is pretty packed right now. We actually met our maximum capacity. No, we decided to get like 35, 40 chairs that each cost $500 a piece, and then we get 9 tables that cost $1,000 a piece for restaurant style tables, and like we don't need those at all. We could be spending our money better elsewhere. But no, our teacher decided and our school decided that that's the best idea for the money that we have. But anyways, so she comes around, she's handing out handing out the assignments, and like I put my head down. I was kind of tired, put my headphones in, and as teachers do, she's like, take your headphones out. So I didn't want to be like a douche and be one of those kids who are like no and argue with the teacher. And so I was like, all right, whatever. So I took my headphones out, put them in my pocket and everything, and I'm just not really like doing like the work, and I don't really know anyone in that class. It's just basically all freshmen, and I hate freshmen. I mean, there's like one person, but that I know who they are, because I went to grade school with them, and like we didn't really talk that much, so we're not really like friends. So I'm just doing my own thing, not really doing anything. So she comes around and she's like, aren't you supposed to be doing work? And I told her, like, look, I'm a senior, I don't need this class to graduate, I'm trying to get released. And I was like, I don't know how I got signed there. He just like flicked at the wrist, killed me. But like, look, I'm getting released here soon, so I mean, I'm be dropping this class anyways. And she comes back with the, oh, as long as you're in my class, you're gonna be doing the work. And she's like, as long as you're scheduled 6 classes, you're gonna be doing the work, and you're gonna like try like a regular student. It don't matter like what grade you're in or whatever. Basically, that's what she said. And me, I'm like, no. I don't need this class to graduate. My GPA is already poop, so I don't have to worry about that. My GPA, like, yeah, let's just not go there. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do the work that I don't need to do. It's not gonna help me, because I'm never gonna use culinary skills in my life, and if I do, I could just watch YouTube for it. I mean, I've learned more off of like watching YouTube videos about stuff I'm interested in, and than in school ever. And so I didn't really argue with her. I was just like, all right, look, like, I don't need this class to graduate. I'm not really gonna do the work if I don't have to. And she basically came back and just told me to like fuck off or whatever. Like, she was just like, no, you're doing the work. And I was just to stop like the argument there, I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do the work. And like, so she hands out an assignment, is like, write down the answers. She put questions on the board, it's like, write down the answers. I was like, all right, whatever, it's gonna be easy to do. And I didn't really give like legitimate responses. I just kind of put down like stupid stuff, kind of being like a dick at this point, just because. And I turned my paper in, you know, and she looks at mine in particular, and she reads it, and she's like, these are wrong. You need to do them again. And I was like, oh, well, those are the answers that I put down. Those are the answers that I thought were right. And she's like, no, you need to do them again. Those are wrong. I was like, but how come you're looking at my paper in particular than other people's? And she's like, oh, well, because she's like, I just want to see you succeed, or something along those lines. And I was like, no, you don't. You just want to call me out. And oh, by the way, I don't know how they killed that person. I hit him in the head, didn't kill him. But anyways, so. And I was like, you're just trying to call me out. And like, all the kids by that point are gone because it's after the school day. And she was like, oh, well, you need to take this home and finish it and turn it in and give legitimate responses. And I was like, no, those are my responses. She's like, you know, you can get a 0 on it, right? And I was like, I really don't care. Like, I don't need this class. I can get an F in this class and still graduate. So I really don't care. And she's like, all right, well, if that's gonna be the case, then I'm just gonna give you F on this, and whatever assignment you do in the future that you don't try on, I'm not even gonna review. I'm just gonna put an F on it, even if you get the answers right. I was like, fine, do whatever you want to do. You're a teacher. I'm gonna be out of this class anyways in like 2 days, and so I'm not worried about it. But I was like, told her, I was like, okay, and I just leave, and because I'm dropping that class in like 2 days anyways, because I don't need it. And so on the way out, this is what this leads up to. On the way out, she has the audacity. She feels like she needs to do this for some reason because she's trying to sass to a child, and she's a full-fledged adult. And she's like, as I'm walking out the room, she's like, oh, well, have a good life not doing it. Like, no, have a good life not trying at all or whatever. Or, like, see what kind of life you have without trying. Something like that. I was walking away, so I was putting my headphones in, so I didn't really hear that much. And so I stop, and I turn around, and I'm like, what? And so she repeated herself, and I was kind of, like, angry. So she said it again. She's like, oh, well, if you're not going to try in life, how are you going to get anywhere? And I was like, I'm not going to try in something I'm not interested in, or like that I don't need to do. I'll try in something I'm interested in and want to pursue. And like I told her that, and she was like, well, you need to like learn how to try or whatever. And I was like, whatever, and I leave. And like, cause you know how cool kids do, they just leave when they're in an argument, and they just leave. There's like, no, leave. And I feel like to a teacher, that's like the worst thing you can do, because they have like so much things that they want to say to you on their mind just because they've been so mad throughout the day. And I'm like, no, whatever, and I leave. And so to me, I'm like, why did you have to say that? You could have just let me walk out. You could have lived your day. You could have done whatever you did with your day, and I could have lived mine. But since he said that to me, it kind of like not ruined my day, but it like put like a bad vibe on my day. And why do you need to do that? You know, you could just been like, you could have just accepted it like me saying, oh yeah, oh, by the way, this is a long firefight. I don't know how he didn't kill me, because I didn't even have health to like revive with, and he had a full thing of health, and I still killed him. But anyways, so it just kind of like put a bad vibe on my day, and I kind of hope it put a bad vibe on her day too, because if I'm gonna feel down for the rest of the day, she better feel down for the rest of the day. And but you know, it's whatever. You just gotta kind of shake those things off and don't let them really hold you down, kind of. But yeah, I mean, that's the video for today, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you didn't, it's whatever. Just give your honest opinion down in the comments. Let me know what I can do better and what I did good. And if you guys want to, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with whoever you want to. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day and stay safe.